Hi everyone, this is Miss Scrapmas and I'm here with my mini-series where I'm doing a travel album for the Rubber Buggy. So, if you've been following me, you know that there's a setup video and this is the second process video as well. So, in total, this is the third video. And this time I have printed a couple of more pictures than I did in my last video, so this will be a little bit more true to my normal process. On this is the last photo that I ended with in my second session. So I'm just placing the stickers from the Snap cardstock sticker sheet from Simple Stories You Are Here collection, and this time I have prepared the title a little bit better in placement, so I'm not fiddling as much with the stickers this time as I did in last YouTube video. And I'm also trying not to fuss so much of the placement. If it's not completely straight, not a complete straight line, I'm not obsessing about that. That is also a bit more true to my real process, I believe. When I started Project Life, I was really focused on balance and that it sort of was as perfect as I imagined it, but it took way too long time, and after just a couple of weeks I was so behind, so I got so stressed I ended up just doing it, and in the end I was really pleased with the result, even though I didn't feel that way at first. So I think that is also a process as you go. To embrace the imperfection, as everyone says. But as a control freak, that is a bit hard. But like I said, even if I was really disappointed in myself at the beginning, when I go back now a year later, I am so happy I managed to get it done. So that has sort of helped me. Well, back to this travel album. Again, I'm using my 6x8 photos and just placing the name of the town or the village. Again, using the cardstock stickers from the You Are Here collection. And if you haven't seen the setup video, I am using Simple Stories Snap collection. You Are Here. For everything, so the card, the filler card, the journal card is from a Snap, from the same Snap package, as well as the embellishment and the stickers, so everything coordinates perfectly. Speaking of perfect, this is one of the imperfect pictures where when I printed this photo, I had some of the settings wrong, so the photo ended up being much smaller, but I couldn't be bothered to reprint it again. I didn't want to sort of waste that photo paper or the ink used, the printer used, so I just mounted it on a Basil cardstock. And in this case I will use the back of the cardstock, and that is also a bit more true to my normal process, because if I like the back side, if I like the back of the card, I will try to use both sides. But again, that also leaves me with very much how do you say, a lot of stuff in my home, as I don't use the products that I buy. So I'm a bit of a hoarder, I guess, too. I have a lot of issues. So this is just my process of putting the name of the village again on the 6x8 card. And I'm also using a phrase stickers and one of the self-adhesive brads from the same collections, which is You Are Here. And on this photo, I actually have tried to merge two photos to make a wide scene, a panoramic scene. But the photos were a bit off. They didn't make a perfect match. So in order to have the frame, the same frame on around the collage, I had to mount some stickers on top, sort of to narrow that white space. But I think it turned out okay. At first I was looking for some for a really long sticker phrase, or sticker, really long sticker, but there weren't any. The longest one didn't quite make it through the entire area. So I used two stickers, and then I hid the space between them with the self-adhesive brad. And I used one of the ampersands from the cardstock stickers on top of that. So it ended up okay. And now I'll just see what stickers I used and what the entire phrase was. Yeah, the entire phrase became press pause and travel the world. So I'm quite pleased with that. So this is really going back to my normal process, where I first I mainly try to focus on filling the pockets. So I start with my larger photos, and then I go back with the middle photos, and then I try to get the smaller photos in. And sometimes I wait with the really small photos if they don't fill an entire pocket. I try to print most of my photos 3x4 or 4x6, or as in this case where I have 6x8 pockets. But in my Project Life album, I only use Design A page protectors. So this is me going back and forth, trying to see where I can place the photos, and I really couldn't find a natural placement for the smaller ones, so I just put them to the side and continue going back with the embellishments. And that is very much what I do. I start with filling the pockets with photos, and then with some journaling, and then I go back and sort of embellish if I have time. So if I'm really stressed, I just put in photos, maybe some filler cards or journaling cards, and then I'll skip the embellishment entirely. And then maybe if I go back next time I get to sit down, if I don't have as many photos, or if I have extra time, I can embellish the previous pages. So to me, it's all a work in process. Here I'm just using a geotag from my stash. Stash is what it's called. My stash is enormous. Anyway, so I'm just journaling this scenery, and how I don't have any reservations when it comes to getting a geocache, which was this is 2010, so it was ages ago, but geocaching was something upcoming by then in Sweden, and I followed my husband for a couple of them, or it was really he who was into geocaching, not me, but I tagged along sort of. But when he couldn't find it, I don't know, I don't have any hesitations about anything, so I would sort of crawl under bridges, or like this one hang on a cliff wall, hang off on a cliff to reach one. So we got one, but then again we didn't have the pen, so we couldn't put our names on it. Anyway, I'm not sure. I am at the embellishment. I sort of have filled the pockets with as far as I can, and then I'm going back to embellishment and going through sort of package of die cuts. See if I'm trying out some stickers to see if they fit, but I'm trying not to overthink anything. Like I said, I've sort of come to terms that imperfect pockets with stories is better than no stories at all. Again, this is very much me, where I'm using the back of a card as well as the front. So here I'm mimicking the front of the card with the frame, and I'm also trying to use up the stickers. For some reason I love stickers, since it's so convenient. They're all just self-adhesive. The trouble comes when for me is to really come up with the spellings that makes me use the entire sticker sheet, or just end up without any A's or O's, or yeah. I tend to run out of letters all the time. So for that reason, stamps would be more convenient for me. But then again, I'm too lazy to get out all my inks. So this is an example where I actually used two different set of stickers. They're on the same sticker sheet, but like as you can see, they're not the same color. And that is something that I would normally not like. I'm really impressed by myself, because I came up with the idea to turn the sets on the sticker sheets turn them into sevens, because there were only 1 7 of the numbers, and I needed 2. So I'm really impressed that it took me no time to figure out that I could turn letters into number stickers. Also, not very like me. It's not at all me. It takes me ages to come up with something creative, so I suppose that's why I really appreciate the simplicity of pocketed scrapbooking. It sort of takes the guessing work out. You just have a small area to be that you need to balance. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm so sorry. I cut apart a 4x6 card where I like the look of the banner and the washi tape, and I rounded the corners, and then I used some piece from the embellishment pack. It's not at all like me to cut apart a card, because my conscience will tell me I'm not using it fully. But again, I'm trying to let go of that and just use the stash. So maybe I'll get better at this and actually make a dent in my stash. It's huge. So this is probably me. I can't. This is where my inspiration sort of runs out, and I'll just save those cards for later and be done with it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you follow me next week. Have a great day. Bye!